So back in the actual question number 1, we had, and maybe I should zoom in on it, we had no changes. The vertex here was just the plain old 0, 0. Okay? 0, 0, right? Because nothing was happening before you squared it, and nothing happened on the outside after you squared it. So there's no like plus and minus, you know, where you're adding or subtracting. And so that made that pretty straightforward. The a value is -7. This obviously means we know that this is going to open down. We've got an a value of -7. 3a times 3a would be -21. So you can see that these numbers are getting bigger faster. So more than likely they're going to drop off the graph. Unless you change the scale on the graph. That's right. If you change the scale on the graph, it might look a little bit more normal. Now, we have, let me make we know we're starting at 0, 0. Sorry, I accidentally missed. And we know this thing's opening down, so maybe I should zoom in just on that part. That way I can hit it better. All right, now, if I go 1 unit to the right, okay, according to this, and might want to change it up to a different color. If I go 1 unit to the right, I'm supposed to drop down 7 units. But notice that each one of these is 7 units on the vertical scale. Now that's not true. The horizontal is only by 1s, but the vertical is by 7s. So when we say 1 to the right and 7 down, we only have to drop down 1 block. And then we can actually put our dot, and it's going to be purple. How fun. Okay, and then if we follow that same logic again, we're going to be going 1 to the right, but this time we're going to be dropping down 21 units, and so we dropped 7 units there. We're dropping down 21 units to here. Now, some kids will actually go back to the beginning. They think they're supposed to drop 21 from the beginning, and that's not true. You drop 21 from the previous dot. Now, you can see that if I went 1 unit to the right again, 35 units is way off the graph, so I'm not going to get to that one. Okay, so we see that we can get the right size. That's 7, I believe. Yep. I know I'm going to have a dot there. And now I'm going to march my way across the axis of symmetry. By the way, what is the axis of symmetry in this particular graph? Great question. Right down the middle. Yes, it is still x equals 0. Don't move that around. Okay, there we go. X equals 0. Okay, so we can draw the parabola. Okay, now I can look down at example 3 and just talk briefly about that. I think I pretty much gave you most of it in that previous video, but I did want to say that the axis of symmetry here is x equals -2. It's been moved over 2 units to the left. Okay, so finding that vertex extremely important, knowing your a value, and then going and using that, finding that -2 for going 1 to the right, and following the a value, which is 3 down, and then going 1 to the right and following it 9 down, right? Because that's the 3a measurement is down. So finding those points and then copying them to the other side of the axis of symmetry so you can draw the rest of the parabola. Okay, I think that's enough for set 1 SWYK 1.